This is the Reds Radio Network.
When you hear words like pediatric cancer, inoperable, extremely rare, you may think the story has already been written. But at Cincinnati Children's, we see kids as so much more than their diagnosis. They're playful, snuggly, adventurous. That's why we say yes when others say no, taking on the toughest challenges so every child can live their best possible life. For brighter futures, Cincinnati Children's is the one.
As a family-owned company and a top workplace in the region, JTM Food Group has been pioneering kettle-crafted culinary solutions for years. From tantalizing dips to mouth-watering sauces and more, we lead the pack in delivering high-quality, on-trend items to the entire food service industry. But it's not just about the food. It's about our commitment to doing things the JTM way, with passion, integrity, and a dedication to God and His people. Taste the difference today and learn more at jtmfoodgroup.com. JTM, let's create great dishes together.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something.
Leads it off, then David Fry's the DH hitting second. Jose Ramirez at third base bats third. The first baseman, Carlos Santana, will hit fourth. At short, batting fifth, Gabriel Arias. Nolan Jones in left hits sixth. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Jonathan Rodriguez. Dom Nunez will catch and hit eighth. And at second base, batting ninth, Donahel Martinez. And Logan Allen will take the ball for the Guardians. It's Cleveland and Cincinnati. Reds and Guardians. Hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. And it's off the inside corner for ball one. 1-0. Today's TimStar game time temperature 77 degrees. Get complete home comfort with a TimStar heating and cooling system. Find your local TimStar dealer at timstar.com. Friedel takes up and away. It's a 2-ball, no strike count. With Chris Welsh, I'm Tommy Thraw. It's great to be with you this afternoon here at Progressive Field in Cleveland. Now the 2-0 pitch to Friedel, and he swings and pops it up. On the infield, near short, backing up Ramirez, but there's Arias, the shortstop. Almost lost it in the sun, but he hangs on, and there's one down. Well, Chris, you look at Logan Allen's numbers, and, it's kind of a mixed bag for him this year. 3-4, 4.42 ERA. And what do the Reds need to do against Logan Allen today?
Well, Logan Allen's a guy who's not overpowering. He throws about 91 miles an hour on his fastball. He's going to remind you a little bit of Wade Miley, the way he goes about his business. He nibbles at the corners, and he tries to get the hitters to swing at those pitches and get themselves out.
Reds did not see Logan Allen when these two teams met in Cincinnati in May. The pitch is up and away for ball one. 1-0 on Espinal. Espinal's hitting .240, no home runs, 12 RBIs. Allen delivers and misses off the plate outside. It's a 2-ball, no strike count.
Yeah, his main pitch to right-handers is his little backdoor breaking ball. He tries to feather right over the outside corner.
2-0 on Espinal. The 2-0 pitch is right in there for a called strike. 2-1. Espinal back in the lineup today, handling the duties at third base. Spencer Steer, the DH. Christian Encarnacion Strand plays first. Here's the 2-1 to Espinal. Swung on and fouled straight back. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on the Reds' third baseman. Espinal on a little bit of a streak right now. He's gone 25 straight plate appearances without striking out. Now he swings and bounces this one off the front of the Cleveland dugout. The far end, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That streak is actually the 7th longest active streak among all major league batters right now. He's got 2 strikes on him right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Allen into his windup. Very quiet wind and the 2-2 pitch. And Espinal swings. It's a little humpback line drive into left field for a base hit. You know, Espinal's one of those hitters. You look at the numbers, and he's actually one of the better hitters on this team at hitting with 2 strikes. And now Espinal's going to be awarded second base. They tried to throw behind him and sneak a throw in behind him at first base, and the throw went sailing over the head of Santana out of the field of play. And Espinal is actually going to be awarded 2 bases, and he's going to go all the way around to third.
Well, you get 2 bases from the time of the throw on that, not the time of the pitch. And that's why he's awarded third base instead of second base.
It's Gabriel Arias that gets charged with the error on that. So it's a single, E6, and now Espinal's at third, and Ellie's at the plate. The pitch is too high, ball 1. You want to file things under careless mistakes, that's got to be at the top of the list. Now the 1-0 pitch. De La Cruz swings and misses at a fastball over the outside corner.
Well, it really changes the way that De La Cruz can approach this at bat for sure. I mean, really all he's got to do is get a ball into the outfield to put a run on the board.
1 ball, 1 strike. Allen delivers, and De La Cruz grounds it foul, third base side.
You know, the other part of it is that Allen is not really a high strikeout pitcher. So, you know, chances are if De La Cruz really compacts his approach, he's going to be able to put the ball in play somewhere.
The Guardians play the infield in already here in this first inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Allen delivers, and Ellie takes upstairs. Fastball high.
Yeah, that's a setup pitch. Now Allen is going to come down and in with a breaking ball right here. That's kind of the kryptonite for Ellie when he bats right-handed, chasing left-handers breaking pitches down and in.
The 2-2. And it's buried in the dirt out in front of home plate. I mean, that was actually out in front of De La Cruz. Allen's lucky that didn't skip behind Ellie and go all the way to the backstop to score Espinal. It's a 2 ball, 2 strike count.
One of those pitchers that the lefty thinks he's got to throw his best slider of his life and just really humps up on it.
I said 2-2. It's actually full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on De La Cruz. Allen delivers the payoff pitch, and it's a ground ball to third. They'll try to chase Espinal back to the bag. He gets back there. And the throw across is still in time to get De La Cruz. That little play by Ramirez where he kind of tried to chase Espy back toward third base, you thought for a moment might cost him a play on De La Cruz, but since he was playing in, he still had the time to make the play. Espinal still at third, and now 2 men are out. Here's Encarnacion Strand. Allen brings it home, and the pitch to CES is off the plate outside for ball 1. Encarnacion Strand snapped a 5-game hitting streak, going 0 for 4 last night. He struck out twice, grounded to third, and flew out. The 1-0 pitch. And he takes 2 high, a fastball over the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. Encarnacion Strand kind of victimized by chasing some breaking balls in the dirt his early at-bats yesterday. He's ahead of the count here, now the 2-0. Backdoor breaking ball, called strike. Actually a changeup over the outside corner to the right-handed hitting Encarnacion Strand, 2-1. Allen nods the sign that he wants. The left-hander readies, and he throws the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball off the end of the bat to the shortstop. Arias has it. He'll make the throw on target to Santana for the out. Side retired. The Reds unable to cash in on the Cleveland miscue, and we go to the bottom of the first. It's the Reds.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
Reds.
CVG Airport hits it out of the park. With more than 50 nonstop destinations, CVG will get you from the dugout to your destination in no time. Fly to Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and more. Book your flights now at cvgairport.com.
Wake up with the info you need from Tom Brennan. Tomorrow at 5 a.m. on 700 WLW.
Guardians come to bat here against Nick Lodolo. Bottom of the first inning, Lodolo ready to go to work, and the left-hander brings it home. First pitch is high and outside for ball one. The count is 1-0 on Lane Thomas. It's kind of funny when you look at the Lodolo splits. He's been much better away from Great American Ballpark than he has been at home. The 1-0 pitch swung on, and Thomas pops it up. High into the air, outside of first. Encarnacion Strand looking up into the bright sunshine near the coach's box. He'll make the catch. And Thomas quickly out on a foul pop to the first baseman, one away. Well, here we are. We're on the road, so it'll be interesting to see how Lodolo looks today against Cleveland.
I think one of the keys for Nick is to be able to land his fastball on the inner part of the plate to right-handers.
First pitch to David Fry is a strike.
That fastball that he throws has like a cutting action to come in there, and what hitters have begun to do is take that pitch, making him actually hit the strike zone rather than chasing pitches off the plate.
Up too high. Now a 1-1 count. 1-1 on Fry. Nobody on. One man out. Lodolo into his windup, and he delivers. Fry swings and taps it foul up the third baseline. Now a ball and 2 strikes on David Fry.
Kind of interesting when you evaluate the 3 lefties the Reds have thrown in this series. You know, Miley is different than Abbott, and Abbott is definitely way different than Nick Lodolo.
The 1-2 pitch, and it's breaking ball down and in. It was David Fry that hit into that pivotal 6-4-3 double play in the 9th inning last night after Stephen Kwan walked to begin the inning. That kind of got Andrew Abbott back on track in the 9th and paved the way for him to finish the game, go the distance. Here's Abbott's 2-2 pitch to Fry. Swinging, that's fouled away at home plate. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
When I say that Abbott and Lodolo are different, Abbott pitches right-handers outside for the most part. Lodolo pitches right-handers inside. So you really can't get much different than that, being both of them being left-handed.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Fry. Base is empty, 1 out. Lodolo into his windup, and he brings it home. The 2-2 pitch is a fastball upstairs on the outside corner to fill up the count at 3-2. Now time called. Fry backs out of the box using his timeout. Back in again. Lodolo ready at the belt. And here comes his payoff pitch. Swung on and again fouled back and out of play. Talking about the home road splits for Nick Lodolo. Lodolo, away from Great American Ballpark, is 3-2. The ERA is 1.25 on the road. Here's the pitch. And he just did miss with a firm fastball off the outside corner for ball 4. Now 1 on with 1 out for Jose Ramirez. Ramirez waited until his final at bat last night when he singled to center in the 9th inning with 2 outs to extend his on-base streak to 36 straight games, which dates back to April 30th. Lodolo delivers. The pitch to Ramirez is taken off the outside corners. He starts from the breaking ball away, and it counts 1-0.
You know, the other interesting thing about Lodolo's splits are lefties and righties. Lefties, for some reason, are really hitting him for a way better batting average than right-handers.
The pitch. Up and away. And when you say way better, it's not like 50 points. It's better than 100 points better.
Yeah, 216 against righties, 347 against lefties, though all the home runs, or most of the home runs, have come off right-handed hitters.
2 balls, no strikes on Ramirez. Lodolo fires, and the pitch is right on the inside corner. Fastball for a called strike.
That's the pitch right there, that if he's able to land that pitch on the corner, he had Ramirez backing out of the way of that.
2-1 on Ramirez. Runner at first base, 1 out. Lodolo from the belt eyeballs the runner at first and comes home. This ball's well hit. High, deep left field toward the corner, and it is gone. No, high off the wall. And it didn't miss a home run by much, but it's off the top of the wall. Ramirez into second, around to score is Fry. And it is 1-0 Cleveland, but that was a foot or two away from being 2-0 Cleveland.
Well, if that didn't go for a home run, I'm not sure what it's going to take to hit one out of here today, because that looked like it was going to go 5 rows deep, at least, over the heads of the people that are leaning against the rail down the left field line. Ramirez thought he had a home run. He was a little bit jogging it coming out of the batter's box, but he ends up at second base anyhow.
So that'll extend his career-long on-base streak to 37 games. And that double is the 379th double of Ramirez's career. Here is Carlos Santana, and he takes up and away for ball 1. And that double is actually going to move him ahead of Earl Averill for third most in franchise history. Only behind Napoleon Lajoie and Tris Speaker. Swung on, fouled off the right side, out of play. So Jose Ramirez continues to reach new heights in Guardians history. 1 ball, 1 strike on Santana. One to nothing Cleveland, the pitch. And Santana takes a breaking ball that hangs high and wide. It's 2-1. Reds trying to sweep the Guardians here in Cleveland, which would also give them a season series sweep. The 2-1 pitch to Santana. Instead, Lodolo spins and looks the runner back to second base. And the Reds have never swept Cleveland in the history of this series. For a season, they have never had a season series sweep. There goes Ramirez to third. The pitch is a strike. Throw to third. Close. Not in time. It was a good throw from Jose Trevino to Espinal, but Ramirez got in there. And that's his 20th stolen base of the year.
You know, that's a tough play for a third baseman, because Espinal's got a charge from where he was playing deep in the infield. And has to be hit by the throw, either kind of on the run, then apply the tag. Ramirez, good slide, went to the backside of the bag. That's how he got his hand in there.
Now the Reds play the infield in. 2-2 on Santana. Lodolo throws. Santana leans back out of the way of a fastball up and in, and now a full count, 3-2.
Lodolo throwing plenty hard. He's 96 here today.
Lodolo from the belt. Payoff pitch. Swung on, and it is popped up on the infield near first. Here's Encarnacion Strand under it, looking up into the bright sky to make the catch. Ramirez holding at third base on that towering pop-up, now 2 down. So here is Gabriel Arias. Arias hitting .243, has 4 homers and 25 knocked in. Lodolo comes set. Now fires home to Arias, and a swing and a miss, and he throws his bat into the net just above the Cleveland dugout. If that net wasn't there, that bat goes helicoptering into the first row of seats. Pretty good distance.
Put a little more Manny Mota Stickum on that bat.
Back to the Mota stick immediately.
Works for pitchers too.
So I've heard. 0-1 the count on Arias. I believe that's frowned upon these days. Now the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball, and he had Arias way out in front. Arias has hit safely in 10 of his last 14 games. Right-handed hitter. Left-handed pitcher, and Lodolo's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a curveball down. He just ate up Gabriel Arias in that at-bat, and the inning comes to a close. But the Guardians strike first.
Boomer is the dog. Then he looked good. I just followed his pitch all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
Payoff pitch again. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him with a changeup down and in. Steer a little upset as he goes back to the dugout thinking he had worked a walk. Let's pause for...
That's going to be Allen's best strikeout pitch today against right-handers. You know, he already got a couple of bad swings on that pitch from Encarnacion Strand. That's going to be his go-to pitch.
Here's Jose Trevino now. The pitch to Trevino is a breaking ball that hangs high and outside for ball 1-0. Trevino hitting .304, 4 homers, 13 RBIs. And the 1-0. Trevino takes a fastball too far outside, and it's a 2-ball, no strike count.
This guy's 2-0 to everybody.
It's not a great recipe to hang around for a long time in a game. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner.
Unless you can land your changeup. Because on 2-0, most hitters are looking for the fastball. You throw something that looks like the fastball but isn't.
Swing, and that's a foul tip at the plate. There's the changeup again. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Trevino, so he's worked back from a 2-0 hole to even the count at 2-2 on the Reds catcher. Trevino homered Sunday in the 5th inning against Arizona. The pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. There's the changeup again. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin the second as we pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network.
We'll see sunny skies throughout the afternoon today. Going to be hazy at times with a high of 83. Clear skies overnight tonight. Your low down to 60. More sunshine for your Thursday. That's the forecast from your severe weather station, News Radio 700, WLW Cincinnati.
Connor Joe standing in now. Nobody on, 2 outs. First pitch to Connor Joe's a fastball taken off the outside corner for ball 1. Allen back home now with a 1-0. And it's a strike. Just barely caught the inside corner with that cutter. Allen, 26 years old. Makes his 11th start of the year, the 1-1. Ground ball headed for short. Arias scoops and sails the throw, but Santana going up to get it. Comes down to the bag in time to get Joe. Side retired. Reds are out in order here in the second. And we go to the bottom of the second inning in Cleveland. 1-0.
Game and not the grime.
A blue-collar kind of guy, and that's the way we like Scott Slow. Tomorrow morning at 9 on 700 WLW.
Guardians come to bat in the second inning. It'll be Nolan Jones to lead it off. Jonathan Rodriguez and Dom Nunez will follow against Nick Lodolo. The left-hander brings it home, and his first pitch on the way to Jones. Fastball just does shave the inside corner to the left-handed hitter. The count is 0-1. Now Lodolo's 0-1 pitch. Strike called over the outside corner. Right as Lodolo's about to throw that pitch, the shadow of an airplane, went right over the mound, right across the infield. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that misses down and away. I would think that'd be a little distracting.
That was no small airplane either. I mean, it was the size of the entire infield.
It was not the Wright brothers flyer flying over. 1-2 on Nolan Jones, and here it comes. Fastball up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the lefty's 2-2 pitch. That's off the outside corner. Fastball away. Fills up the count. It's 3-2. One nothing. Guardians have the lead. Lodolo not making it real easy on himself here in the early going. This is his 29th pitch, and he walked him with a fastball called a ball on the outside corner. And that's the pitch right there, that fastball. And he threw it 98 miles an hour. It was good velocity. But that's the pitch that Lodolo has trouble getting a strike on because it's going across his body, so it's going across the plate. That was a good ball to the inside of home plate.
It looked like it was on the plate and should have been called a strike. I want to say that sometimes umpires react negatively when a catcher has too much glove movement. And I think that's the case right there where Jose Trevino moved his glove so much trying to frame it, he indicated to the umpire there's something wrong with the pitch.
1-0 on Jonathan Rodriguez. First pitch missing. Now the fastball is too high.
You know, rarely do we talk about negative framing. I mean, Trevino's is really good. I mean, he's as good as it gets when it comes to working with pitchers, developing a scouting report, receiving the baseball. But like a lot of catchers who are zoned in on framing, sometimes you can overdo it.
Swing and a miss at a breaking ball in. 2-1. 2-1 on Jonathan Rodriguez. Runner at first base. Nobody out. Lodolo ready at the belt. Now the 2-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Now the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, 1 on, nobody out. Jones on at first base, starting the inning with a walk. Rodriguez only has 2 hits. He's playing in just his 8th game. Now the 2-2, foul back, still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's take a peek at today's trivia question. On July 31st, 1997, the Reds acquired Danny Graves from Cleveland in a 5-player trade. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Up and away. Graves went on to become the Reds franchise record holder for career saves. What former All-Star pitcher did the Reds trade to Cleveland in that deal? A, Jack Armstrong, B, John Smiley, or C, Greg Swindell? 3-2, pick to first, runner back.
Boy, that's a good one, and I ought to know it because I was broadcasting at that time. I want to say it was John Smiley.
That was kind of my guess.
Or it could have been Greg Swindell. I don't think it was Armstrong.
Payoff pitch, swung on, fouled back, still 3-2.
Jack Armstrong, one of the best nicknames you could ever get. Tuna Boat.
Huh?
His nickname was Tuna Boat because I think one time he was in the contract negotiations and he said, I'd rather be working on a tuna boat than work for that money.
Well, all right. Here's a payoff pitch to Rodriguez. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw to second. Good one. They got him. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. McLean, the cover man, taking a great throw from Trevino. And now there's 2 outs.
Well, a really nice job by Jose Trevino right there. Got rid of it quickly. The throw right on the money. And all that Matt McLean had to do at second base was have a little pick on that very short hop and then apply the tag. Well done.
So now Dom Nunez will stand in. Lodolo's pitch to Nunez. Right in there, a strike call. The count's 0-1. Nunez only playing in his second game. He's the Cleveland catcher on this day, and Nunez watches a strike. Nothing in two quickly on the Guardians catcher. Dolo to the back of the mound, goes to the Rosenbag before climbing back on top. The left-hander winds, he fires the 0-2 pitch. Strike three call, got him looking. This time they get the call on the outside corner to the left-handed hitter. Nunez is down on strikes, and the inning comes to a close. So that'll do it.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yep.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Cunningham.
The light of freedom.
Bill Cunningham, tomorrow at 12 noon on 700 WLW.
Matt McClain will lead off the Reds' third inning. First pitch to McClain is a fastball that's way off the plate outside. The count is 1-0. 1-0 Guardians. Final of this three-game set. The pitch. McClain tried to check his swing, but couldn't hold up. Went around on the cutter in, and count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reds are on a roll right now. The Reds have won 5 straight and 6 of 7. The pitch is up and in. McClain leans back out of the way of it. 2 balls and a strike, and the Reds are a win away now at this point from matching their season high. 3 games over 500. The pitch is too low. McClain lays off the changeup down, and now the count really in his favor at 3-1. Allen's 3-1 pitch, and McClain takes high, ball 4, and the Reds have a base runner. So the first time today, the Reds have their leadoff man aboard. McClain walking to start the inning, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Garrett Hampson.
Number 6, left fielder, Garrett Hampson. Hampson is the kind of hitter, being right-handed like this, not a lot of power, with the right side wide open, to just take that changeup the other way.
Allen delivers, and the pitch is a fastball over the outside corner. It's 0-1. Parts of 8 seasons in the big leagues for Garrett Hampson. Bounced around a little bit. Colorado, Miami, Kansas City, Arizona, now the Reds. The pitch. Hampson takes too far inside on a cutter. 1 ball and 1 strike. McClain's on at first, nobody out. The 1-1 pitch to Hampson, and he takes the changeup too far outside, and now he's ahead of the count. 2 balls and a strike. You talked about he's behind almost every hitter with 2 balls at some point, and here it's 2-1. A lot of hitters he's been behind already 2-0, and now the 2-1 pitch to Garrett Hampson. Swinging a bouncing ball to third. Ramirez will go to second. They get the lead runner there. Round to first close. Hanson's out. That's a 5-4-3 double play. Back to the top of the order, and T.J. Friedel. Friedel popped out of the shortstop his first time up. Breezy day today in Cleveland. The wind blowing at a pretty good clip out to right. The pitch is in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Now the 0-1. Friedel takes off the plate outside. Going into yesterday's game, the Reds had been on a little bit of a homer tear. The Reds had homered 9 times over a 4-game stretch. The pitch. Friedel swings and fouls this back and out of play. Of course, the Reds got their lone run and the only run of the game in the 5th inning. Cashing in on Will Benson's leadoff double. Spencer Steer singled him home. So no homers in the game yesterday, which snapped the 4-game home run streak. But Reds have still, here over the last few days, been on a little bit of a power surge. The pitch. T.J. Friedel takes a breaking ball that misses down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I got to believe a lot of that has to do with the way that Christian Encarnacion Strand has been swinging the bat since he returned. Although hitless last night, the pitch. Friedel takes fastball up and away. Now it's a full count, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him with a breaking ball down. Friedel strikes out. Allen has punched out 3 through 3. To the bottom of the 3rd inning in Cleveland.
Oh, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the midnight navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, diehard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
We're not just IT. We keep your data safe, just like we back the Cincinnati Reds. Visit Encore.tech to stay secure.
Hi, this is Jeff Brantley, and this is 700 WLW, the home of your Cincinnati Reds.
Angel Martinez will lead off the Cleveland 3rd inning, the only batter that hasn't faced Nick Lodolo so far. 1-0 in favor of the Guardians. The first pitch is a fastball off the inside corner for ball 1. The count is 1-0. I misspoke a moment ago. I said earlier that Logan Allen was originally drafted out of IMG Academy. The pitch swung on, popped foul, backing out of play. Well, sometimes you got to admit your mistakes. I was looking at the wrong Logan Allen. This Logan Allen is pitching for Cleveland today. Second rounder out of FIU, Florida International. The 1-1 pitch to Martinez, high and outside.
So he didn't play high school baseball for
Chris Sabo.
Chris Sabo anyway.
No.
Okay.
Probably not. So, I apologize. 2-1 on Angel Martinez. The pitch. Swinging. There's a line drive. Headed over the head of Ellie De La Cruz, who tries to leap for it, but he can't get it. It'll land in short left. Ellie gave it a great effort, leaping straight up into the air, out of the outfield grass, but couldn't quite get it. Martinez just does muscle it over the head of the Reds' lengthy shortstop. That's no easy task to get it over his head with a little humpback liner like that. Now Lane Thomas with a runner at first base, nobody out. Thomas popped out in foul ground to Encarnacion Strand his first time up. The pitch to him, swung on, fouled back, strike one.
Yeah, watch Martinez down there at first base. He's not a burner, but he's got very good speed, and he's got 4 stolen bases, has yet to be thrown out. So I imagine off the left-hander, the Guardians just may take a chance here.
Lodolo comes set. He throws. Runner not going. The pitch is fouled off right side.
Which obviously you're doing when you're trying to steal a base off a left-hander like this, other than getting a big break, is try to read a pitch that you're going to get a breaking ball on. And that's Lodolo's strikeout pitch so far, down and into right-handers.
The 0-2 instead, Lodolo picks over to first base, chases the runner back.
Nowadays when left-handers of all teams go to first base with a pickoff throw, that signal is coming from the bench.
The 0-2. Just off the inside corner, fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I was watching Angel Martinez. He's not real comfortable trying to get a read on Nick Lodolo over there at first base. He has a big lead. And now he goes. The pitch hit sharply back up the middle, right between McLean and De La Cruz. That's into center field, a base hit. So the gamble pays off for Cleveland. They end up getting Martinez around to third base. And now they're at the corners with nobody out here in the third inning.
Well, it was a fastball, and it was back-to-back fastballs from Lodolo when he got ahead in the count 0-2. And I'm wondering maybe that Trevino was looking for fastball because he didn't want to throw a breaking ball and give an opportunity for the base runner to steal. And it backfired right there, and the ball goes into center field, a solidly base hit by Lane Thomas.
Now the 2024 All-Star David Fry standing in, not exactly having an All-Star season this year. He's been hurt, though. The pitch, Fry takes down too low for ball 1. Fry walked and scored.
Lodolo's not getting very many of the marginal pitches from Nestor Sejan. These pitches right on the edges are just not going his way.
1-0 on Fry. And Lodolo's 1-0. Swinging, he barely get a piece of it, fouled it away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Fry. Fry walked and came around to score on the double by Jose Ramirez high off the left field wall. Back in the first, 1-0 Cleveland, bottom of the third inning. Lodolo fires over to first base to check on the runner. He's back safely. With an unlimited wash plan from Mike's Car Wash, wash as often as you want to keep your ride clear of pollen and bugs. Buy an unlimited plan at any of Mike's 40 locations. The 1-1, ripped on a line, just foul, down the left field line. Espinal almost caught that, trying to reach across his body with a twisting effort. But had he got a glove on it in fair territory, that would have made it a fair ball, but the ball continued to hook, and it hooked foul once it got well down the left field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Fry. Lodolo could use a strikeout. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip off the catcher. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Martinez at third base. Lane Thomas is over at first. Nobody out. Lodolo sets ready at the belt. He throws. And the pitch is in off the plate with a breaking ball. to even the count at 2-2 on David Fry. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a high fastball. And down on strikes, Fry. Boy, Lodolo needed a strikeout. He got one there. His 4th of the game.
Really good bit of pitching right there. Nice call by Jose Trevino, too, going up and out of the zone right there, right across the letters, going to a weak spot for David Fry. That's getting one when you needed one.
But now he's got to deal with Jose Ramirez, who almost took him deep. Hit one high off the left field wall his first time up. Lodolo sets ready and delivers the first pitch to Ramirez, and he hit him.
Right on the knee.
Tried to come inside with a curveball, and it hit him right in the knee, and Ramirez is down across home plate, face first in the dirt, but now he hops up. And Ramirez is going to be all right as he makes his way down to first base, but before he starts down to first, the trainer is going to come check on him. But he's handing his equipment away, and he's pointing out where it hit him, but he's all right. He goes, it's just a breaking ball. I'm okay.
Guy's a tough dude, man.
Yes, he is.
I mean, at 5 feet 8 inches tall, when he went to sign an international contract originally, when he was just a teenager in the Dominican Republic, he was overlooked. He was at one of these smaller workout camps. No teams really went after him very hard. The Indians at the time ended up signing him for $50,000. Talk about return on investment.
So now the bases are loaded. One out. Here's Carlos Santana. And the pitch to Santana. He swings, sends a high fly ball deep right center field. Friedel on the run. So is Joe. They turn and look, and it's gone. A grand slam for Carlos Santana. 5-0 Cleveland here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Well, he just missed a walk-off home run yesterday, but he got this one, and Cincinnati here to right center field.
Well, a first pitch changeup, and it was out over the plate, and Santana, that pretty much matches up with his bat speed nowadays. A pitch like that he was able to barrel up, couldn't hit it out yesterday to left field. He tried right center field here today and was successful.
Let's pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network.
Pleas for the police chief to fight for more help for her officers, and repair work continues along Colerain Avenue near 275. Those stories and more after the game on the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
Gabriel Arias swings and misses at a first pitch fastball for strike one. Action now in the Reds bullpen behind Lodolo. Ryan Richardson begins to throw. The 0-1. Swinging a foul tip, and now the count's 0-2 on Arias. Arias struck out his first time up. Lodolo into his windup. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he blew him away there with a fastball up. Down on strikes, Arias. Second time today that he's been a strikeout victim. That's 5 for Lodolo. Now 2 gone here in this 3rd inning. Now Nolan Jones. Pitch just off the outside corner. Breaking ball from Lodolo, and the count's 1-0 on Jones. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and a breaking ball down and away. 1-1 on Jones. Bases empty, 2 outs. 5-0 Cleveland. Lodolo into his windup, the 1-1. And it's a fastball over the outside corner, a called strike. 1-2 on Nolan Jones.
That's the first Grand Slam inning for the Guardians since Andres Jimenez in 2000.
The 1-2. In the dirt outside with a breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Nolan Jones. Jones walked in the second. And the 2-2. Ground ball. He got it on his kitchen there. Fist it to third. Up with it is Espinal, and he'll make the play across in time to get Nolan Jones. Well, he sawed him off big time right there. The inning is over. We go to the fourth with
Tomorrow afternoon at 3 on 700 WLW.
Well, a 5-0 ball game after that grand slam home run by Carlos Santana. And we go to the top of the fourth inning. It'll be Santiago Espinal. And Allen fires in a first pitch strike right on the outside corner. Allen not overpowering, left-hander pitching from the far third base side of the rubber. Rocking, firing, and missing outside. Allen is what you would really describe as a nibbler. I mean, he is on the edges here and there, trying to make you chase pitches off the plate. And he comes inside on that one, a check swing, and yes, he did go. Confirmed by the first base umpire, Adam Hamari. And this will be the time when Santiago Espinal decides to take his time out, stepping out of the batter's box. Back in now. And Allen with the pitch is swung on and a little lofter in the center field. First broke in was Lane Thomas, but he goes back a few steps to haul it in. And out number one here in the top of the fourth.
Now approaching the plate.
Ellie De La Cruz. Yeah, such an emotional win last night. The 1-0 complete game shutout by Andrew Abbott. Very easy to come out flat the next day, and that's really what the Reds look like here against Logan Allen. He got but one hit on the afternoon. A little breaking ball just misses down and in to Ellie De La Cruz, 1-0. And Logan Allen delivers quickly. That's a strike on the outside corner. What Allen really likes to do to right-handers is throw a little slider backdoor right on the outside corner. Get the hitter to give up on it. And there it is, and hit high and deep by Ellie De La Cruz. And this baby is out of here and a long way out of here. I mean, that is a no-doubter about 20 rows up into the left field sun deck. And Ellie De La Cruz with a solo home run to put the Reds on the board. It's now a 5-1 ball game.
Now batting for Cincinnati,
So the Reds finally punched the scoreboard here with that home run by De La Cruz. 5-1. Couple of hits on the board now for the Reds. And another very capable long ball hitter in Christian Encarnacion Strand. Stepping to the plate, wide open stance, kind of hunched down, and he takes a breaking ball outside corner. Strike one. A ground ball out in the first inning. Hitting in the cleanup spot. Strand takes it outside. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got to get this kid swinging the hot bat again. Swung on and fouled. That'll go right past the third base coach, J.R. House. Ricochet off the area down near the tarp. Retrieved by the bat boy. We've got a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Christian Encarnacion Strand. Beautiful afternoon, not a cloud in the sky, wind blowing a little bit out towards right field. Nice crowd on hand. There were just about 27,000 in the ballpark last night. I want to say we're about that or even more here this afternoon. Swing and a miss, blew a fastball by him up and away. And Logan Allen has his 4th punch out of the day. It might be the first strikeout that he's gotten on a fastball. Now Spencer Steer. Steer taps the plate, twirls the bat, holds his bat flat, slightly bent at the knees, and the pitch by Allen is a swing and a miss. Went right upstairs and got the fastball by him. Ballpark, very nice place to watch a ball game. Swing and a ground ball. That'll be fielded by the shortstop, Arias, and he goes over to first base with a perfect throw and a 1-2-3, except for the home run by Ellie De La Cruz. That put the Reds on the board 5-1. That's where we are coming to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepas with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
After that home run by Ellie De La Cruz to bring the Reds within 4. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bottom part of the lineup now, Jonathan Rodriguez. Big, strong, right-handed hitter, just fresh up from the minor leagues. And the first pitch by Lodolo is a swing and a miss on a high heater. Rodriguez, 143 hitter, holds the bat high, kind of crunches down and chases a high fastball again, and he's down 0-2. I mean, why change it up, right? 2 high heaters, 2 high swings and misses. Maybe climb up 1 more rung of the ladder. No balls and 2 strikes. Lodolo tries it, and he did not bite. Lodolo had a taxing inning in the third and in the first. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. He's got a strikeout. That's 6 of them on the day now for the Reds lefty. But it's also pitch number 67 for Lodolo. Here we are in the fourth inning. At that rate, he may not be long for this afternoon on the mound. Oh, wait a minute. Did Rodriguez foul that pitch? I guess he fouled that, and he's back in the batter's box. So I thought he was strike three. He takes that pitch, and now we've got a 2-2 count.
You're not alone. They put the out up on the board and everything.
Yeah. And there's strike three. Taking a look at that one on the inside corner. And the first half of the inning here in the bottom of the fourth is the strikeout looking. Lodolo over Jonathan Rodriguez. That's the pitch that we described early in the ballgame that is always a very important pitch for Nick Lodolo, which is the inside fastball. When he lands that pitch, everything else seems to fall in place. Now Dom Nunez, left-handed hitting backup catcher, takes a breaking ball outside. Six punch-outs for Lodolo. Pitching from that modified stretch, facing first base. There's a pitch for a strike. Lodolo, just like Andrew Abbott, has made some adjustments mechanically so far this year. They've got him a little more straightened out towards home plate. Swing and a miss. Good sweeping breaking ball there, down and away. And now Nunez is going to ask for his timeout. Lodolo settling in. He's pretty much on the first base side of the pitching rubber. And coming to the plate, there's a breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nunez looking for his first base hit of the year. A lot of goose eggs up there on that scoreboard. And that pitch is outside. We're going full. Got to be a little bit unsettling, I guess. Come up to the plate and look at the scoreboard, and all you see are goose eggs.
Not ideal.
Batting average, on base, home runs, swinging a ground ball. That's going to be a tough play for Espinal, and he backhands it. Attempts to throw, but he can't really get a handle on it. It's going to be an infield hit for Dom Nunez. So Nunez is going to change those zeros into some crooked numbers with that base hit, an infield hit as it was, with 1 out here in the 4th inning. And now a slow walk to the mound by Terry Francona. Tito walking out there, and I think the only time he comes to the mound is either to tell a joke or to open the bullpen gate. I think it's going to be a bullpen gate message now. Lodolo gone. We'll open up the bullpen gate. We'll tell you all about the Rovers mustard pitching change when we come back on the Reds.
Help. You've got something to say, and Eddie and Rocky want to hear it after the game on 700 WLW.
Out of the Reds bullpen comes a right-hander, Lyon Richardson, on a Wolvers Mustard pitching change. Wolvers Mustard, put some mustard on it. That'll be the job for Lyon Richardson, 25-year-old right-hander, 6'2", 210-pounder from Jensen Beach, Florida. Boy, has he come a long way. He'll face Angel Martinez, and Martinez swings and misses on a breaking ball. Martinez, a switch hitter, coming around the bat from the left side. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. The Guardians up by 4, 5-1. Richardson to the plate. There's a shot into center field. That's going to be dropped for a base hit, and it'll eventually be picked up by the charging center fielder T.J. Friedel. And Richardson is greeted with a base hit here. The Guardians have something going. 1st and 2nd, 1 out.
Sounded like it got in on his knuckles pretty good.
Yeah.
Had to break the bat.
Now Lane Thomas. Stephen Kwan has been the leadoff hitter the last few days. They're giving him the day off today against the lefty Lodolo. Thomas, right-hander, and takes a pitch down and away on the corner for a strike. 1 for 2 with the base hit and a run scored is Lane Thomas. Lyon Richardson checking the runner at second base. And coming to the plate. Swung on, that's a ground ball, but foul. Richardson is typical of a young, high draft pick, right-handed pitcher. Came up with a very good arm with the Reds and eventually learned that he's got to throw something other than just that fastball. And he's come up with a terrific changeup. Here's the 0-2. And a breaking ball on the corner, strike 3. That was the changeup. Nice little down and action to it. And he gets a strikeout of the leadoff hitter, Lane Thomas. First for Richardson and the 2nd out of the inning. You know, the changeup works better when you have a little heat to back it up, and Richardson's got that. He can toss it up there around 94, 95. Now he faces a pinch hitter, Kyle Manzardo. Manzardo, a left-handed hitter, and he got plenty of power, and he takes a strike across the letters. 11 home runs, 29 driven in. Manzardo is one of the players that Terry Francona has kept on the bench this whole series because you start left-handed starters. Here's the 0-1. That's a little bit low. Richardson peering into Trevino to get the sign. Looking back at the runner, coming to the plate, foul on a good swing, but a foul back by Manzardo. Manzardo, left-handed hitter, awaits. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Richardson now, long hold. And coming to the plate, fastball just off the plate. That one at 98. That might be the highest velo fastball that I have seen Richardson throw up here in a while. A couple of runners on base. The Guardians try to add to that 5-1 lead. Breaking ball, that's down and in. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'll make it 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up. Manzardo stretching his back, moving his hips. Now he's ready to go. Knees bent, bat flat. Swung and a fly ball down the left field line, drifting foul. A beautiful sunny day here in Cleveland. Reds will hit the road after this ball game. They'll head over to Detroit to take on the American League Central leader, Detroit Tigers. After a day off tomorrow, they've got a weekend series, 3 games starting Friday. The payoff pitch again Runners going. There's a shot down the right field line. That's trouble. Fair ball down into the corner. Here comes one around. Here comes the second runner, and it'll be a 7-1 ball game on that bases clearing double by Kyle Manzardo. So Stephen Vogt, the Guardians manager, pulled the right levers on that one by bringing in the left-handed pinch hitter for David Fry. Manzardo delivers a double, adds a couple more on the board. 7-1 now with Jose Ramirez coming to the plate. And Lyon Richardson to the plate, and a check swing did not go. Fastball up and away at 97. Jose Ramirez. What a player he is. Maybe the best all-round player in all of baseball. And he checks his swing and looks at a pitch on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Comes into this ball game with a .335 batting average. 12 home runs, 33 runs driven in. He has stolen 20 bases. He plays a great third base. Switch hitter, swung on, that's a foul. A little dribbler up against the red screen protecting their dugout, and eventually be fielded by their longtime first base coach, Sandy Alomar.
So if you could have either one, Ramirez or Aaron Judge,
I'm
to
taking
start
Ramirez.
A team.
A lot of people tell me I'm crazy, but this guy just brings so much to the table. And a check swing, it's upstairs. Now, the only caveat there is that Ramirez is only, a few months away from being 32 or 33 years old. So he's got a little bit more years on him than does Judge. But this guy single-handedly carries the entire offense. There's a ground ball that'll be fielded, hopefully by McLean. It is. Picked up and fed over to the first baseman, Encarnacion Strand, for the out. But in the inning, the Guardians played a couple. They take a lead. A
lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
WLW morning at 9 on 700 WLW, and check out his podcast on the free iHeartRadio app.
The Reds need a couple to get back into this baby. It's 7-1 Guardians. Top of the 5th inning, Jose Trevino leads it off against the starter Logan Allen and promptly hits a ground ball to the aforementioned Jose Ramirez, who fields it, goes to first base, 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. And that will be the number 7 hitter in the lineup, Connor Joe. Joe getting a start today, playing in right field to try to combat the left-hander on the mound for the Guardians. But boy, Logan Allen has been good. Way upstairs and out of the zone. There is a ball 1. Nice grab by Dom Nunez. Looked like a zoom ball. The 1-0 is a breaking ball. That's a strike. You know, Allen has thrown the ball out of the zone just enough to kind of catch you off guard. He's pitched behind on the count a lot and gotten away with it. That pitch is down and away, and he's behind on the count again, 2-1. Changeup has been a very good pitch for him, getting a lot of the right-handers to kind of roll over on it. And there's a rollover job by Joe down to the first baseman, Carlos Santana. Fields touches the base, 2 out. You know, when I said early in the ball game that Logan Allen reminds me a little bit of Wade Miley, it's because you don't know how he's doing it. It's almost like smoke and mirrors, but all of a sudden you look up and you're in the 5th or 6th inning and you got a lead. That's where he is right now. He is up by 6, 7-1 to Guardians. And now Matt McLean takes a Fastball up and away. Logan Allen rocks, fires, and throws a little cut fastball in there for a strike. McLean looking to get on the rails here a little bit. A 180 batting average, 7 home runs, and takes that one upstairs. Really more than anything, I think McLean's trying to find a little bit of a rhythm and confidence at the plate. Right now he's probably tried so many different things to get out of his slump, he's confused. Here's a pitch on the corner, that's a strike. Even count now, 2-2. He's played good defense, however, in the absence of offense. Pitch is swung on. That's going to be a base hit off the end of the bat. Little looper into center field. So a 2-out single now as Matt McLean reaches with a base hit. One hit at a time.
Chip away when you can, right?
That is the 3rd Reds hit on the afternoon. Couple of singles, Espinal and McLean, and then a long, bodacious home run by Ellie De La Cruz. Now Garrett Hampson, 9 in the order, right-handed hitter, and that's a strike on the corner. Hampson picked up last month by the Reds and really hasn't had a lot of playing time. Can play all around the infield and the outfield. Today he gets an outfield spot, and it's a breaking ball. That's out of the zone for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Garrett Hampson. Logan Allen delivers a little low fastball that is right underneath the bat. A swing and a miss. Hampson now down at the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hampson, 30-year-old right-handed hitter, infielder, outfielder, center fielder from Reno, Nevada. Drafted by the Rockies out of Cal State Long Beach. And he waits and swing and a miss. Swung right through a high fastball. And that is the second, make it the 5th strikeout of the day for
and call me now at 513-513-TOPH, 513-513-TOPH. Don't live in fear. TOPH is here.
Listen to Sports Talk with Lance McAllister. That's an order. Tonight at 6:06 on News Radio 700 WLW.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Reds down 7-1 to the Guardians. First pitch to Carlos Santana. Villain number 1 here this afternoon against the Reds, and he takes a strike. That one's in the dirt now by Ryan Richardson. He's a villain because he's the one who delivered the big blow against Nick Lodolo in the third inning. A grand slam home run into the right field bleachers. Guardians have added a couple of more. They've stretched their lead to 6, and he hits a high pop fly into shallow right field. Shielding his eyes from the sun is Connor Joe, and Joe puts it away for out number 1. Let's pause for station ID up and down the Reds Network.
Pleas for the police chief to fight for more help for her officers, and repair work continues along Coleraine Avenue near 275. Those stories and more after the game on the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
Gabriel Arias comes up. He is a victim of a couple of strikeouts so far today, and he swings and misses big time on a breaking ball. First pitch from Lyon Richardson. Richardson is one of those guys in the bullpen that has just got the job done for the most part. You don't really hear much about him. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Boy, he is making him look terrible up there. He's going to take a timeout. Trying to put that terrible swing out of his mind here. Richardson probably going to come right back with the breaking ball. No balls and 2 strikes. And the breaking ball is check swing. He did not go. They went down to Adam Hamari, and he said, no. He did not go. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now, Richardson. To Gabriel Arias, 241 hitter, 4 home runs, 25 driven in. And a swing and a little tapper off the end of the bat. That'll roll foul. Go right between the wickets of Sandy Alomar, the first base coach. I don't think he didn't want to field that because it was so hard hit. He just wanted to know that he was practicing for a little after game croquet.
Oh, okay. Well, it looked like it hit the line and the line pushed it foul.
1 ball and 2 strikes. With an out, that's a pitch outside. Nolan Jones on deck. Arias, a right-handed hitter. On deck, Jones, a left-handed hitter. Richardson, the righty, pitches out of the stretch. And coming to the plate, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Got 3 swings and misses on that slider, and Arias is out number 2 in the inning in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, Guardians are having some fun at the bat rack today, except for Gabriel Arias. He has definitely been left out of the fun. He has punched out all 3 times he's been at the plate so far this afternoon.
And now Nolan Jones. So you're saying he did not get an invite to the party?
No.
And Jones take a fastball. He jumped out of the way, but it was right on the inside corner. Nolan Jones, left-handed hitter, big, tall guy. And he takes a pitch. It's just a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jones is 6'5", 195 pounds from Langhorne, Pennsylvania. Drafted by Cleveland out of Holy Ghost High School, and he takes a pitch, a strike. Now that's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Drafted in 2016. Made his major league debut about 7 years later. And ahead in the count, and he fouls this one at the plate. 2 down at the bottom of the 5th inning. The Guardians up on the Reds 7-1 on this getaway day here under sunny skies in Cleveland. And here is the 1-2 by Lyon Richardson. Swing at a foul ball that'll loft into the stands down the left field line. If you're wondering how the Reds are going to get to Detroit from Cleveland, they're going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Taken to the highway.
Yeah, you better believe it. I mean, you and I have both done some minor league baseball, and we've ridden the bus. We're going to ride the bus again this afternoon. And a breaking ball just outside, 2-2 count. Not so bad, though. I mean, some of those minor league bus trips can be double-digit hours.
Yes, they can.
This will be only about 2 hours and 20 to 2 hours and 30 minutes down the highway to Detroit. Swing and a miss. Richardson got a strikeout. In fact, he's got back-to-back strikeouts here in the 5th inning. And we go to the 6th. Back to the play-by-play with Tommy. Guardians 7, Reds 1.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You are an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Of the Cincinnati Reds.
Reds come to bat here at the top of inning number 6. TJ Friedl to lead it off. First pitch to Friedl is in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. If you're listening today on your car, truck, radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? Now the 0-1 pitch is over the outside half the plate, a breaking ball. Called a strike, 0-2 on Friedl. He has popped to short and struck out, 0-2. Seven to 1 in favor of the Guardians as the Reds hit here in the 6th inning. The big hit for Cleveland so far this afternoon was the grand slam by Carlos Santana in the 3rd off Nick Lodolo. Breaking ball into the dirt. Lodolo was finished today after 3 1/3, allowing 6 runs on 5 hits, a couple of walks, and 6 strikeouts for Lodolo. One ball, 2 strikes on Friedl. The pitch to him is way in off the plate, a fastball from Logan Allen. Now 80 for him so far today. Allen has had a lot of deep counts, which has run his pitch count up. He just hasn't allowed a ton of base runners. Now Friedl swings and fouls this off at home plate. Allen's thrown the ball pretty well. He's been struggling lately, though. His last few starts have been a struggle. He gave up 4 in his last start against Houston across 6 innings. Start before that, 5, 4 earned, and then 2 over 3 innings 3 starts ago. Ground ball foul, third base side. Two and 2 on Friedl. The wind and 2-2 pitch. Swing and this is fouled back. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on TJ Friedl. The 2-2. Friedl swings and he hits this one high in the air, deep center field. Going back is the center fielder Thomas. He leaps at the wall and that is gone. Friedl drives it out of here. A solo shot for TJ Friedl, the Reds' 2nd home run today. And for TJ Friedl, that home run is his 7th of the year. That gets the Reds back on the board. The lead's still 5 for Cleveland. Joe LaSorsa begins throwing in the Reds bullpen. Santiago Espinal comes to the plate. The pitch. Espinal takes a strike over the outer half. The count is 0-1. Swing and a miss. Espinal behind in the count now 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. And a changeup misses low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Espinal. Now the left-hander's 1-2 pitch. Espinal swings and he golfs this one high into left. Nolan Jones under it. He's got it. 1 away here in the 6th inning. Now Ellie De La Cruz.
Stepping to the plate now for the Reds.
Ellie had the Reds' first home run of the 2 they've hit so far today. And Ellie destroyed it. He hit it 447 feet from home plate. Here's the pitch to De La Cruz. Swing and a miss. Change up away. I mean, that ball was about halfway to 2/3 the way up the bleachers out in left field. A mammoth shot. The 0-1. Ellie takes high and outside. I said 447. I was off by 6 feet. 441. I mean, it's an estimated distance either way, right? The 1-1. Ellie takes a strike down the middle, and it's 1-2.
You know, we had a chance to talk about this over the last couple of days. I mean, the article that I shared with you about how some players hit balls farther than others based on the backspin they get on the baseball.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. This ball is hit in the air center field. Falling. Coming on in a hurry is Thomas. He makes a nice sliding catch. Lane Thomas closing quickly. Has good speed. He makes a fine sliding grab on that fly ball into shallow right center field. 2 men are out.
So really to hit it a long, long way like Ellie did, or Aaron Judge last night where I think he hit one 469 feet. You have to get the right combination of, angle, exit speed, and spin. The backspin is very important.
Christian Encarnacion Strand takes a strike. What is it, the Magnus effect?
No, not on that. I think it's the actual backspin on the ball. If it's too much, it goes too high in the air.
Right.
If it goes too low, it's kind of a humpback line
Right.
drive. So it's that sweet spot in between, the 23 to 28 degrees with enough exit velocity, but the spin is important.
1-1, fouled back and out of play.
And really, the author who wrote this, Tom Tango, contended that it's not really, it's almost luck on the part of a hitter to have that perfect spin come off the bat. Ellie had it this time, though.
Whew. Did he ever? Pitch. Swing and a miss. Encarnacion Strand down on strikes, chasing a changeup away. Strikes out for the 2nd time today. Leadoff home run from T.J. Friedel.
There are still many seasons left in your Major League career, Leo, but you can take steps now that will help secure your baseball legacy. Try to prioritize longevity over instant gratification in your personal and professional life. Getting clear on your ambitions and creating an ironclad plan for achieving them will set you up nicely for future honors.
Kroger's sweet spot. And at Kroger stores throughout Reds country.
Producing exceptional leaders and mentors was, is, and always will be something we do. Miami University is where today's students become tomorrow's leaders. Visit miamioh.edu.
Start your day the Tom Brenneman way tomorrow morning at 5 on 700 WLW.
Well, a Wolvers mustard pitching change here as Terry Francona goes to bullpen. He'll bring in one of the newer Reds. Guy that's been around a little bit, 27-year-old Joe LaSorsa. Wolvers mustard, put some mustard on it, Joe LaSorsa.
First pitch in there for strike, 0-1. LaSorsa was brought up yesterday to pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner, 0-2. LaSorsa added to the Reds' big league roster when the Reds put Brent Suter on the bereavement list. Here's the 0-2. Swing, that's a tap foul off to the right side. No balls, 2 strikes on Jonathan Rodriguez. Reds are down 7-2 as the Guardians bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Both Reds runs coming on solo homers. This ball's ripped on a line over the third baseman Espinal. That's in the left and down the line all the way to the wall. Into second base goes Rodriguez with a leadoff double here in the 6th. For Jonathan Rodriguez, that doubles his first extra base hit of the year. Now Dom Nunez. Nunez getting his first taste of the big leagues in a while. Spent the last couple of seasons down in the minor leagues. Nunez drops down a punt, keeps it in the grass up the third base line. LaSorsa doesn't have a play anywhere. Everybody's safe. So Nunez just kind of dropped it down there, deadened it in the grass out in front of home plate to the third base side. Just barely kept it in the grass. It'll go as a bunt single, and now they're at the corners, nobody out.
And Nunez now has 2 base hits on the afternoon, the first couple of the season for him, and both of them to the left side, both of them infield hits.
Those
one
are
a swinging bunt, and that one a legitimate bunt.
First big league hit since 2022.
Wow.
They're at the corners. Nobody out for Angel Martinez. The pitch to Martinez is a strike right down the middle from LaSorsa, and the count's 0-1. He's been in the big leagues, has Dom Nunez. Now 4 seasons, 2019, then 21 and 22 briefly, and now here in 25. The 0-1, strike. Right at the top of the zone, a fastball from LaSorsa. The count is 0-2.
You know, as a backup catcher, you can really accrue some fine major league playing time, or sitting time, I should say.
Service
Pension
time. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Martinez. Swinging, this is a soft one on one hop, bobbled by the shortstop De La Cruz. It'll deflect to the pitcher LaSorsa, and the runner will score from third, Rodriguez. The Reds don't get an out. Rodriguez wasn't initially breaking to the plate, and then when that ball hit out of the glove of Ellie toward the pitcher LaSorsa, that's when Rodriguez broke home. And when Ellie came to scoop that ball and brought his glove forward to the ball, he just kind of swatted it toward the pitcher, swatted it away from himself. It is now 8-2 Cleveland on the E6. Outside to Lane Thomas, ball 1. The way this game kind of started, you thought it might be the Reds' day. The 1-0. Swung on, hit high into the air, deep toward the right field corner. Long run, Connor Joe, and it's gone. Just over the wall, inside the foul pole, out and right. That's a 3-run home run for Lane Thomas. It's his first home run of the year. Guardians are running away with it now. It's 11-2 Cleveland.
when that ball came off the bat, I didn't give it a prayer that it was going to get out of here. Neither did Connor Joe, the right fielder. He thought he had a good beat on it. 329 feet later, dropped right over the fence, right near the foul line.
Al Manzardo bats the second time, breaks his bat, hits a little looper out behind second. That'll fall in short center. That's a base hit. Manzardo has his second hit off the Cleveland bench today. Still nobody out here in the 6th inning.
Number 11, Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez bats for the 4th time. Ramirez has doubled home a run, been hit by a pitch and scored, and grounded out to the second baseman. Ramirez takes a fastball off the outside corner for ball 1, 1-0. 11-2 Cleveland. They've scored 4 more here in the 6th inning. Lasorsa turns it loose. This ball scorched to the backhand of Ellie from Anita McLean around to first. Oh, what a double play! Ellie, a sliding backhand stop, spinning from his knees through a dart to McLean, who turns it over. And that ball was a screaming one-hop liner in the hole at short. The Reds get a double play.
Well, we have seen in the last couple of games 2 of the best double plays I've seen the Reds turn in a long time.
I mean, they don't get much better than that.
I mean, Ellie did a cruise on that ball right there. First of all, he robbed the base hit by just getting to the ball, going to his right.
Strike
and then
1, now
delivered
strike
it
2.
perfectly. And boy, can McLean ever turn a double
man.
play. Whew. Reminds me of Ronnie Oster.
0-2 on Santana. The pitch. This ball's hit in the air, deep right, going back Joe over his right shoulder, nearing the track. He'll make the catch out in deep right field. The inning is over, but 4 more are home for the Guardians in the 6th.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like a brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Off the plate outside. One of them, a 4-run blast. They call that a grand slam in this game. The other one, a 3-run home run. The 1-2 pitch to Arias from Barlow. Spins breaking ball down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Those are value blasts. Two. Breaking ball again, spins down and away. Tough day for Nick Lodolo today. He started this game for the Reds, and it was a tough one. Lodolo charged with 6 runs, didn't make it out of the 4th inning. 3 1/3. Swinging, there's a high chopper to the shortstop. Ellie has to come in to get it. Throws in time to first to get the out on Arias. 1 down in the Cleveland 7th inning. Get mealtime inspiration at LaurasLeanBeef.com. All natural with no added hormones or antibiotics. Laura's Lean, the official beef of your Cincinnati Reds. Now Nolan Jones will be the batter. Barlow's first pitch to Jones is a strike called over the inside corner. It's 0-1.
The Guardians have a record coming into this ball game of 2 games over 500, but they've given up more runs than they have scored. And if you go by the run differential rule,
the pitch fouled back,
and that is also called the Pythagorean theorem, that their record really should be 6 games under 500. So they've been doing it with a lot of close ball games, and this will help them today if they hold on to this 11-2 lead. A little bit, get that back down to normal.
Get the theorem back in balance. Breaking ball down and in, and it hit him. So Nolan Jones will go down to first base on the hit by pitch. One on with one out. Let's pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network.
Framework for a U.S.-China trade deal has been agreed upon, and inflation ticking up slightly last month with a bigger summertime surge potentially on the horizon. Details after the game on the home of the Reds, News Radio 700, WLW Cincinnati.
With Chris Welsh, I'm Tommy Thaw. Great to be with you at Progressive Field in Cleveland. Swinging and a miss on the first pitch to Jonathan Rodriguez. The count is 0-1. Runner at first base with one man out. 11-2, the Guardians have the lead. And it has pretty much been all Guardians today. The pitch is in there for a called strike. I said earlier that the way this game started, you thought it might be kind of the Reds' day today. And the reason that I said that is because the Reds had an opportunity to take advantage of a Guardians miscue right out of the gate. Check swing, they ask it first, he went. Rodriguez is down on strikes. That's the second out here in the 7th inning. Second batter of the game for the Reds, Santiago Espinal, delivered a base hit into the outfield. And the Guardians kind of tried to get sneaky. Gabriel Arias tried to throw behind him at first base after he rounded the bag. Not all that aggressively, but somewhat. The pitch is in for a strike. The count is 0-1. And that throw sailed over the head of Santana, went out of play into the camera well, and at that point, the Reds had a runner at third with one out, but they couldn't get that run home. And when the Reds failed to get that run across, I thought, well, that might not be a great sign. And it has turned out to be true. Strike two to Nunez. Nunez has 2 hits today, and he scored twice. The 0-2 pitch, backdoor breaking ball, hangs outside, 1-2. Now Barlow's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down on strikes, Dom Nunez. The inning is over. A hit by pitch and a runner left for the Guardians in the 7th. On to the 8th. It's
or visit Beachmont Toyota. Shop online or visit Beachmont Toyota today.
It is still Nick Enright for the Guardians. The Reds bat here in the 8th inning, down 11-2. First pitch on the way to Matt McLean is a strike at the top of the zone on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Reds are off tomorrow. Then they open up a 3-game weekend series against Detroit beginning Friday night. Nick Martinez, Brady Singer, and Wade Miley are lined up to start in that series. Pitch in the dirt outside. The starters for the Tigers have not been announced, but it's all in how you look at it. The Reds are catching a break against Detroit. Now the 1-1 pitch to Matt McLean is swung on and fouled back just above us. Just above the booth to our right, I guess, technically. 1-2 on McLean. Reds are not going to have to face 2 of the premier Cleveland starters. Breaking ball is taken upstairs, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on McLean.
Yeah, those 2 starters would be Tarek Skubal. He is 6-2 with a 2.1 earned run average, or Casey Mize, who is 6-1 with a 2.9.
McLean reaches for the 2-2. It's a little looper out to short center. Out goes Martinez to make the catch, and McLean is the first out here in the 8th inning.
Of course, good starting pitching has been the calling card of the of the Tigers so far this year also, oddly enough, has been their success against left-handed starters. So it's worked out pretty nicely that the left-handed starters have started 3 games in a row here at the end of the series with the Guardians, and they will skip for the most part, the 3 games there in Detroit.
Garrett Hampson takes a look at the first pitch strike and a fastball down the middle. The count is 0-1. 0-1 on Hampson. Into his windup, the 0-1. And the pitch is a fastball a little high on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reds were hoping to maybe have Austin Hayes back at some point during this series against Cleveland. The 1-1 pitch is a ground ball to third, handled by Ramirez. He'll make the peg to first in time for the out. Reds are still kind of assessing that situation, and they don't really want to rush him back. They want to make sure everything is completely ready to go and good with him. So we'll give him another day, reassess him again when the team gets to Detroit, and probably have a better idea of how close he is. But he's one of those guys that could be back any day now. TJ Friedl takes a fastball at the top of the zone for a called strike. The count is 0-1. And if you have followed this team at all this year, you know how much of a difference Austin Hayes makes in this lineup. The 0-1 pitch, Friedl lays off a slider down. That'll even account at 1 ball and 1 strike. Friedl went deep his last time up. Solo home run in the 6th. The 1-1. Friedl swings, pops it foul, back to the left. That's out of play. One ball, 2 strikes on TJ Friedl. Ian Gibaut's loosening in the Reds bullpen. He will get the 8th. The 1-2 pitch. And Friedl takes a fastball upstairs. Beautiful day for baseball here in Cleveland. We have not seen a cloud overhead all day long. That's a welcome sight. The 2-2 down and away. Good to know that the sun's still up there.
Well, some people who live in Cleveland year-round wonder that themselves.
Even in Cincinnati, it's been cloudy and rainy almost every time we've been home.
Yeah.
Payoff pitch. Friedl takes off the plate outside. That's ball 4. 1 on, 2 out, and now Santiago Espinal will make his way to the plate.
Which would lead me to the question for you, Tommy. Are you growing anything special in your garden this year?
No. Nope. Just a bunch of overgrown plants in the landscaping out back. And they've all flowered for the year, so that's done. Here's the pitch to Espinal, up and away. I'm on about every other year on the trimming of the plants out back. True gardener would not be impressed, but it's better than none at all. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike call. I don't even know. I'll be honest. The plants I have back there, don't even ask me what they are. I have no idea. But they a couple of them flower.
That's nice.
I have no idea if you're even supposed to trim them, or if they're just one of those bushes you just kind of let go. That pitch is in the dirt.
Well, I probably wouldn't trim them until your neighbors had an opinion on it.
Well, they can't really see them too well.
You've got a beautiful little back porch there.
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe one of these days, like another invite.
Yeah, well, that's an open invite. You're welcome there anytime. Runner at first, 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Espinal swings and pops it high into the air, foul back behind home. That'll find the seats. But it's usually better to sit out there when it's not raining. That's kind of the caveat there. It's best enjoyed dry.
I hardly agree.
The 1-2 pitch again swung on and fouled back. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Espinal. Runner at first base, 2 men are out, 11-2. Cleveland has the lead. We're in the 8th inning. Progressive Field in Cleveland. Reds have already won the series. They were going for the series sweep today, trying to sweep the season series from Cleveland. The pitch, up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes, but the Reds locked up possession of the Ohio Cup, became Ohio Cup champions for the first time since 2014 with the series opening win on Monday. Edged by the Guardians 1-0 behind an excellent Andrew Abbott start last night, fouled back, still 2-2 on Espinal. And today it's been all Guardians, 11-2 Cleveland here in the top of the 8th inning. Pretty strong case to be made for both Andrew Abbott and Will Benson on who's going to be the Frank Robinson most outstanding player of the Ohio Cup Series. The 2-2 pitch is too far outside. Now the count runs full, 3-2.
So that award is basically voted upon by all the local press, correct?
Writers,
including
broadcasters.
Yep. Yeah. You feel comfortable divulging your vote?
Here's the 3-2 pitch, and
disclosing it.
Espinal skies one high into the air. I'm comfortable with that. Out goes the first baseman, Santana. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. We'll discuss it when we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll keep everybody waiting on.
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you gotta stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car, and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
With part of a 4-day adventure with Croswell Tours. Explore Washington, D.C. and all its history. Visit gocroswell.com for details.
Lance McAllister talks. You tried to listen during Sports Talk tonight at 6:06 on News Radio 700 WLW.
Well, they Wobers call the bullpen in this 11-2 ball game led by the Guardians. It'll be Ian Jabot coming out of the Reds pen. Wobers mustard, put some mustard on it.
Well, before we get to revealing votes for awards, first pitch off the plate outside, I'll reveal my ballot if you reveal yours.
Okay.
But we got to get the answer to our trivia question.
Oh, we do, don't we?
Dying to know. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Angel Martinez. He swings and fouls it back. 1 ball and 1 strike. The question was, 3.5 hours ago, on July 31st, 1997, the Reds acquired Danny Graves from Cleveland in a 5-player trade. Graves went on to become the Reds franchise record holder for career saves. What former All-Star pitcher did the Reds trade to Cleveland in the deal? A. Jack Armstrong, B. John Smiley, or C. Greg Swindell? We both thought it was John Smiley.
Correct.
Might have been Greg Swindell. I'm with you. I don't think it was Jack. And we were right. B. John Smiley. Let's go. Take the wins when you can get them. 1-2 on Angel Martinez. The 1-2 pitch. Ooh, just missed a fastball off the inside corner. 2-2. The Reds traded lefty starter John Smiley and infielder Jeff Branson to Cleveland in exchange for 4 players, including Graves. Smiley had earned all-star selections with the Pirates in '91 and the Reds in '95. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider down and in. Down on strikes, Angel Martinez. 1 gone to the 8th. Back to the top of the order now, Lane Thomas. Thomas, 2 for 4 today, including that big 3-run home run in the 6th. So the options really for most outstanding player, it was a 2-horse race. You could have gone with either Will Benson or Andrew Abbott for his performance last night. And I got to be honest, despite how brilliant Andrew Abbott was, I cast my vote for Will Benson. Pitch, swinging and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, Will Benson had had player of the week type success against Cleveland in that series in May in Cincinnati.
Well, it could be that Andrew Abbott is awarded player of the week.
He might very well be.
Based on what he has done.
I mean, Abbott was outstanding, swinging a foul.
And I'm going against really what the pitchers unit would probably prefer. I'm going to be right with you.
You voted for Will Benson?
Yeah, well, for Will Benson. I think he single-handedly demolished the Guardians when they were in Cincinnati.
Absolutely. I think Will pretty much won the series for the Reds at the plate.
And then the process kind of resurrected his season a little bit.
Oh, there's no doubt. Off the inside corner, 2-2. I mean, Will in this series, he's not playing today, so 5 games. Will went 9 for 19. 5 extra base hits, 4 of them homers. He scored 6 times and drove in 8. And keep in mind, Will Benson scored the game's only run yesterday after leading off the 5th inning with a double. And Benson also scored the first run of the game on Monday and would drive in a run later in that game. So Benson had a big series. Ground ball in the hole. It's short. Ellie got a glove on it, but it's by him and into left field for a hit. Lane Thomas has his 3rd hit today. So Will Benson, I mean, just a tremendous series. He had a couple of go-ahead RBIs. Also worked a walk. And
he's played tremendous defense the entire series.
He caught the final out of that game yesterday at the wall. So that was big. But let's give the man his due. Andrew Abbott was very deserving as well. If it weren't for Will Benson's monster performance, I think Andrew Abbott would be a landslide winner for the award. The pitch is in there for a called strike. Wade Miley won that award when he no-hit Cleveland back in 2021. Wade Miley won the award, giving up 4 runs on 5 hits and 14 innings in 2 starts in that Ohio Cup Series back in 2021. Andrew Abbott doesn't end up winning the award despite going 14 innings of shutout baseball this year. Tough competition. It was Will Benson that ended up being announced the winner of the Most Outstanding Player Award for the Ohio Cup this year. Frank Robinson, Most Outstanding Player. Jabot's 0-2 to Manzardo. Breaking ball off the inside corner.
Well, we're assuming it's going to be one of those 2, but...
No, they just announced it.
Oh, they did announce it, okay. Well, you know, the last Red to have won it was a former Cleveland Indian, Tyler Naquin.
Right.
Who is back with the Indians in the minor leagues trying to make a comeback as a pitcher.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Too high. There have only been 2 pitchers that have won this award since its inception back in 2008. Trevor Bauer won it in 2019 with Cleveland, and then Wade Miley winning it in 2021. 2-2. Too high, and now it's full count on Manzardo, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So that's tough to win it as a pitcher. Now, had I looked at that, maybe I might have changed my tune, and I might have voted for Andrew Abbott. Just because it's so hard for the pitchers to win it. If ever there was a year where a pitcher was deserving, it was this year. I don't think you can take away from Will Benson's performance. It was incredible. 3-2. Swinging a fly ball, short center field. In comes Friedel. He'll get there. He'll make the catch. 2 men are out. And I'm sure people are screaming at their radios and saying, well, yeah, so was Andrew Abbott's. Well, yeah, his was too. I mean, it was a jaw-dropping start yesterday. We were, and everybody was still buzzing about Andrew Abbott's start yesterday.
You know, his parents drove in from Virginia to see the game, to be up here this entire little weekend, and it was really nice to see. Or this week, I mean. And
Jose Ramirez takes outside for ball 1.
And they brought their, I guess, a brown Labrador.
Chocolate lab, maybe?
Yeah. And maybe for good luck. I do know this. Andrew told me that they had to walk about 5 blocks to find grass.
Yeah. Here's the 1-0. Fastball up and away. It's a 2-ball, no strike count on Jose Ramirez. Runner at first, 2 men are out, 11-2 in favor of the Guardians. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ian Jabot readies. And from the belt, here comes the 2-0 pitch. Grounded foul off the front of the first base dugout. 2 balls and 1 strike.
You know, Ramirez is the kind of player that just does not give away at bats. Even in a game like this, 11-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning, I mean, he is up there swinging the bat like he wants to launch it into the third deck.
The 2-1 pitch to Jose Ramirez, and he swings and he launches it high in the air, right center field, but the park will hold it and Friedel will run it down. The center fielder over in the right center alley makes the catch, and the inning is over. He just missed it.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards.
That's awesome.
Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
I think style, it's a very complicated thing.
Custom cleats came when I earned the rights to wear custom cleats.
I think without going out and being loud and saying this is who I am or whatever, you can just kind of wear a certain shoe or a glove or a batting glove or whatever, and it kind of shows who you are.
Visit HondaEastCincy.com.
It's time for you to step up to the plate and save a life. This is Marty Brenneman, and I'm inviting you to be a superhero and save a life by donating blood. Hawksworth has 7 locations across the tri-state area, making it convenient for you to save lives in our community. Visit Hawksworth.org.
700 WLW.
Now, the Guardians make a pitching change, and they are going to their closer here in the 9th inning, up by 9 runs, but Emmanuel Clase needs a little bit of work. He's got 14 saves on the year. He had 47 last year, 44 the year before that, and 42 in 2022. So they're pretty solid there when it comes to the 9th inning. Reds have their work to do here, down by 9.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. Here's Ellie. First pitch to De La Cruz. Off the plate outside. A fastball at 99. The count is 1-0. (11-2) in favor of Cleveland. Clase's pitch. Ellie swings and fouls it back to the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ellie launched one out of here to the bleachers in left in the 4th. It was his 13th home run of the year. His 44th run batted in, and now he hits a sharp ground ball back through the middle. That's into center field for a base hit. So Ellie's 44 RBIs this year, now matching his uniform number. Here's Christian Encarnacion Strand. CES is 0 for 3. Hitless in each of the last 2 games now. Encarnacion Strand, it's been a tough series for him after that big series against the Diamondbacks. CES with just 1 hit. Swing and a miss. So 1 for 11. Encarnacion Strand this series. 0-1 the count, the pitch. And it hit him. Got him in the helmet. Clase came up and in with a cutter at 97, and it hit him in the helmet. And CES on his way down to first base, and now the trainer out to take a look at Encarnacion Strand to make sure that he's all right. He's still got his bat with him as he walks down to first base. He does not look all that excited. A little unimpressed, I think, with that. Terry Francona, the manager, out there as well. And Tino says, why don't you just give me that bat there, big fella? I'll take that off your hands, because he looks a little upset.
Well, he does look upset, and he ought to look upset, but it was a cut fastball that just didn't cut. Kind of ran right into Encarnacion Strand and struck him right on the bill of the helmet.
Yeah.
That was a close call from what could have been a serious injury.
No doubt. I mean, that could have been a very serious situation. Encarnacion Strand kind of inspecting the helmet. I think it actually may have chipped the bill of his helmet. Runners at first and second base, nobody out on the hit by pitch. Here's Spencer Steer, and Steer takes a fastball at the knees for a strike, 0-1. You see one whistle up near your eyebrows at 97, you're not going to be real excited about that. Here's the pitch. Steer takes in the dirt. Slider down, and the count is even 1-1. But certainly a relief that Encarnacion Strand is okay. One and one the count. 2 on, nobody out. The pitch to Steer, swing and a miss, and a slider down. And now it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Clase sets. Now he throws the 1-2 in the dirt again. Count is level, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the break-even pitch. Steer takes over, but low at 100. That cutter. Count runs full, 3-2, and Clase having a difficult time right now, and I'm sure the last thing Stephen Vogt wants to do is have to take Clase out of this game and use up another reliever. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, that's fouled back. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes on Spencer Steer. It's been a good-looking crowd here at Progressive Field in Cleveland today. Good crowds all series long for the Ohio Cup. Payoff pitch. And Steer skies one way up there to left field. Fairly well hit, but the park will definitely hold it. Into left center, it's Nolan Jones over there to make the catch. Runners holding, now 1 out. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. Now, Jose Trevino takes down and away. Ellie De La Cruz is homered in this game. So too has TJ Friedel. Ellie's homer back in the 4th inning was today's Tickets for Less home run. Score Reds tickets with no fees on the free Tickets for Less app. New users score an exclusive discount. Foul back. One ball, 1 strike on Trevino. A strikeout, a ground out to third, a pop out to first for Trevino. Check swing, and they ask at first. He went, according to first base umpire Adam Hammery. One and 2 on Trevino. Clase sets, checks the runners, and throws. And Trevino lifts one high in the air right field. Jonathan Rodriguez right in his tracks. He'll make the catch. 2 gone, and now it's up to Connor Joe. At Kroger, an annual Boost membership is better than ever. Save up to $1,100 each year on gas, groceries, delivery fees, and streaming options. Learn more at Kroger.com/boost. Joe for 3. He's grounded to short, first, and fly to center. The pitch. Joe takes a strike. Fastball at the top of the zone, 0-1 on Connor Joe. Reds and Tigers kick off that series on Friday night, 7:10 first pitch, 6:40 airtime, 7:10 on Friday, 1:10 Saturday, 12:05 Sunday. Here's the 0-1. Fastball on the outside corner is high. 1 ball and 1 strike on Connor Joe. The 1-1. Joe takes a strike. Slider hits the outside corner. And I'm sure Connor Joe asking Nestor Seja, are you sure? Or is that a 2-out, 9th inning, 11-2 strike? That is very similar, and kind of in the same family as the 3-0 Leo, I do believe.
Connor Joe knows that he has been around long enough to know that he better be willing to wheel that lumber here on the next pitch.
He's back in there after a timeout. Took a long time out of the box, but he's back in again. Manuel Clase comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging and a miss. Struck him out, blew him away with a fastball over the inside corner. And that's all. Reds fall 11-2. Guardians win it here in Cleveland. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
When the Reds are hot, you get tots. BetMGM wants to help you celebrate a Reds homestand victory. Swing by the BetMGM Sportsbook with your homestand ticket for a free side of tots if the Reds win their homestand. The fun doesn't have to end with the 9th inning, because when the Reds are hot, you get tots only at the BetMGM Sportsbook. 21 plus and present in Ohio, subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with MGM Northfield Park.
Want something as sweet as a Reds walk-off win in the 9th inning? Well, visit the Kroger Sweet Spot, a fun store at Great American Ballpark that has all of your favorite candy brands. The Kroger Sweet Spot features
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all